Welcome back to the channel, guys. So it's been a while, it's been a minute. A lot of stuff going on in the personal life, which takes priority, family over everything. Therefore, I haven't been able to record as frequently as I would like. So as you guys are aware, this is the backtesting series for the index futures markets for 2020. And I believe we got to 3rd of Feb. So again, what was the purpose of this series? Well, ultimately, again, even for myself, it's around perfecting your trading model, and that's not just your high time frame analysis, but that's also your low time frame down to the entry, making sure that we have a methodical approach to how we engage the market. And why is that important? Because it will ultimately eliminate hesitation and procrastination and those sorts of things from your trading approach. So this is why this is super important. Backtesting is integral to the development of a trader, and also as well coupled that with journaling, which you can check that out on other videos on the channel. This is what is going to propel you to achieve the goals and aspirations that you've set for yourself within trading. This is going to, be the framework and the foundation of propelling you to where you want to get to. So these are important things. You've got to make time for them, and this is why, for me, I wanted to record a series on backtesting, part of my journey, in terms of how I'm going to improve to get to those goals and aspirations. So, getting back into the charts, we got to Thursday the 3rd. Now we know that Thursday the 3rd for Friday is FOMC. Not FOMC, sorry, NFP. So with that in mind, I'm not going to trade. I don't trade NFP. I'm not going to even do it just for giggles on a backtesting series. So we're going to fast forward. I don't trade Monday either. So we're going to fast forward to Tuesday. Now, next week's economic calendar, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday has absolutely no news. So that's going to lead to some interesting price action, we should say. Will there be volatility on those days? Yes, likely. Do we know when? No. And that's the key thing to bear in mind. Thursday, CPI. And no news on Friday. So, we should still see some movement. So I'm going to clear the charts. There we go. And we're going to fast forward. I'm just going to drop down to the hourly just because it makes it a bit easier. We're going to fast forward to Tuesday morning. So next day open. Where's the day open here? Okay. That's yeah, interesting. Okay, and then we're gonna go to fine. That's the next one. Right, okay. Now I want to go to the next session, which should be London. No, sorry, next one. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to venture back out to the daily. In fact, let's just get everything. We're going to venture out to the weekly and just have a look at what's the weekly been up to. Interesting. The highs, so we're going to mark that up. Monday. Okay. Let's drop this. actually want to do that, but oh well, we'll just use it for now. Okay. Can have that in there, but I think that move has gone. It's quite a large one. And take that. Yeah, okay. So let's do that. Now let's concentrate on what we're really here, which is this. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, let me just get a quick drink. So I'm purely putting this in just so I can see where we are. Obviously, we can determine that overlaps with a breaker, which is interesting. Okay. Want that. As I said, I'm putting this in purely for reference. It might not stay once the daily has been looked at, but I just want to have a good idea of what I'm looking at. Slow could be of interest. Okay, let's go down to the daily. Hey, at least that one worked. Alright, let's just mark these in as key levels. Now I want to drop to the daily. Let's just go to the 4 hour, maybe we can. Isn't the week, isn't the... I thought the monthly overlaps with the weekly. So if we've had that, that's a monthly cycle. I'm going to mark it as that. It's probably Q1. No. Oh, I'm just going to MC for now. Don't know. In fact, let's call it daily. Okay. And I want that aligned high. No, not that. Okay. Did I not? Oh, it's quite a way. Okay, so let's see. Got a bit of overlapping. So again, as I said, I may remove that in there. Gee. Okay. Right. Okay. So it's interesting. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Market currently is looking, as we probably quite evidently see, bearish. We've got that unfilled. Okay, and we want to remove those. If we trade through to and through here, then obviously we can see these lows coming into question. Oh Jesus, what's going on here? Put that down here so I can see and keep track of all the notes that I make in terms of my backtesting. Okay, right, so where do we get up to? Right, daily outlook. Okay. So in fact, what I'm going to do is let's just clean up the okay. Right. Now I want to see. Oof. Jeez. There and there. God, that's some ugly price action on that previous day, eh? Let's go here. But consolidated, which is always a good thing. Okay. Right, so previous day's highs and lows. I'm just getting all these bits and then we'll get into the meat of what we want to do. Now, where's the aligned? Which is there, okay. No, that's fine. Right, so that's pretty nice with the true week open in between. So liquidity engineered. Could see a purge on one side. Pretty good. Version fair value gap up there. Yeah, that fair value gap. Could argue supporting price, but we'll need further info. Right, so let's get into it. So if we go to the daily, let's just have a look at generally the daily is to the downside. We've had a near-term expansion, but overall the daily is to the downside. So overall, relative to the daily time frame, okay. So this is to the downside following the high time frame displacement. Can't spell. So all I'm doing is just exactly what I've just articulated to yourselves. I am just documenting on my Telegram, so I can Telegram for this specific backtesting journey, so I can keep an eye with where I'm at. Okay. Right. So, now I'm going to put a tentative line on this. Tentative. Actually, no, I'm not. 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 In fact, no, keep it. Just for reference. Okay. Just gonna mark this up. And there's a small one here. Very small. But still important. And we have a okay, right, let's get back to the notations. So bearish fair value gaps have been repriced and rebalanced, or being left unfilled, with the market showing a willingness to reprice lower. Okay, and we could see that following the inversion fair value gap here on ES, we have this reprice and rebalance CB here, and we've got this unfilled CB here, so indicating weakness. Currently indicating weakness. Okay, another drink. Right, so just popping out to the daily, we can see how that just annoys me when I do that. Right, so okay, better. Okay, so we can see how the aligned CB and YM traded up into ES and NQ, failed to do so. SMT here at that key level, which could now indicate a run to the lows. Okay, that's how I'm framing it at present. That's how I'm framing it at present. Okay, but price action could certainly change that opinion. Right, okay, let's get back into this. Right, so there was a reason why I went to the daily. ERL, IRL. Okay, so okay. Right. So following the market purge of external range liquidity at the lows, noted this retracement. This retracement higher, seeking internal range liquidity. However, following the higher time frame SMT, higher time frame SMT, the market has displaced lower, likely seeking external range liquidity below the marketplace. Okay, now in the event we see cracking correlation down here within this BISI following the purge of the previous day's low, that could signify higher prices. But for now, that schematic of ERL to IRL and IRL to ERL is what I'm ultimately focusing on. Do have external range liquidity here. They can all be draws, and we will mark that in. Okay. That certainly could be a draw. And that could also set the framework for high prices. So a couple of things just to bear in mind there. Okay. Okay. Right, and what we can see is how the I want to say, yeah, it has. Okay. That'd be for IOF, in the sense that the market is displaced through odd lows, but it's been manipulating at the highs. So just supporting institutional order flow principles. There we've had obviously a H4 market structure shift as well. To be fully transparent, we've had an inversion fair value gap as well on the daily. So just going to put that in because again, massively important. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. There we go. So swing points. Let's have a look. Drop down to the daily. I think we noted some clean and clear. Yeah, we did. So I've noted clean and clear swing points above and below the marketplace, referencing the previous day's high and previous day's low, and resting liquidity at those key price levels. Okay. As they have formed either side of the true week open, this supports high probability shorts and high probability longs, depending on which side of the market is purged first, potentially. Okay. Might need another drink. Right, okay. TO. Currently, all members are below their respective true week open. Therefore, it is plausible that we could see a purge of the previous day's low and higher prices. This could change should the market reprice higher before purging the PDL. Okay, so they're all below, which is interesting in itself. So we've got to bear that in mind. Right, so there's currently no Kraken correlation. And let's have a look at what model would look at here. currently it would be quantum. Yeah. Right, okay, so let's just drop down to the hourly and see what we've got here. It's not looking nice. So I'm going to play the hourly on. I'm going to skip to the next session. Right, so now we have this liquidity pool. And I just like to reference. We can see a tap here. Right, let's just use that. NQ has tapped its previous day's low. That's the most noticeable liquidity pull outside of the previous day's highs and low. That's why I'm marking that up. Let's just copy this. Okay, so this should add some sustenance to what we're looking for, with the market also below the true day open as well. So got some stacked confluences here. Now that's not to say that that the others don't purge the low like NQ. That can still happen. We've also seen, I mean, I don't like it, but okay. Just marking these as key reference points, although I am going to be focusing on largely, well, to tell a lie, I do focus on the hourly as well. BPR, it's not for me, a bit sort of messy. You know, large consolidation here, very large. Right, okay. Interesting. Potential SMC there. Inside of the H1. Okay, so that's likely the catalyst of seeing lower prices. Well, near term anyway. Right, so small little purge there. Let's drop down to the 15. As I said, there's no news, but we do have the volatility from the equities open, so there's a chance we wait for that to occur, but we'll see. Let me just get a bit of a drink before we... Okay. Right, let's continue. So, we're not at... God. This thing, I don't know, it just annoys me. I don't know why it doesn't stop. What that? Right, okay. I am currently struggling to continue lower. Would like to see YM take out that liquidity pool. Yeah, would definitely like to see that. Could see, well, NQ has now purged its previous day's low. Let's see what ES does. Yeah. Oh, this thing's so annoying. So annoying. So this is early. We have a potential okay, that's what we want. So ES not purging that low, getting very close. Is a little bit, and I would love, I'd want to see YM purge its low. So for me, let's just have a look. I want to see YM purge an hourly liquidity pool for me to feel really confident from a potential high time frame perspective. I'd need to see that. If there's nothing there, then we can just utilize these two. That is possible. We can do that. So I'm also monitoring that as well, but let me just pop back out to the M15, just make sure. just hate when that goes without you. Oh. Let's have a look at here. Okay. YM. Oof. I mean, there. It's just very nice price action. Almost indicating a potential to reprice lower. But I don't want to do that. Okay. So we've seen the displacement through the inversion fair value gap. We've confirmed the bullish order block. Our time frame SMT at the lows. If price were to trade back to the key level, be interested. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Well, NQ has. And let's have a look. There. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, this is one of those where could be wrong, but it meets the model. It certainly meets the model in every facet. Now, we are in, which is a concern, is the fact that we're in a H1 CB. So let's just mark this guy up. That obviously puts an element of a negative on it, because if we reject from there, okay, if we reject from there, then it's quite possible this is continuing lower to seek liquidity below the marketplace. So, but I think we are going to go with this. We could suffer a loss here, and that's fine. That's part of that is part of that's part of this whole process, right? It's how we're going to improve, become better. Okay, we just move this to one side because I'm gonna have to take some pictures and all that sort of good stuff. Okay. Okay, so NQ purged the previous day's low, forming SMT with ES and YM. I also noted the price below the true week open. Supporting the idea of high probability longs. Bear with me. Okay. And we have purged, not purged, let's say engaged, both daily and H1 sell stops. Okay, so let's go and see how we get on. This could be quick, but also at the same time, it could be a pretty decent trade. Not looking good. Okay. That high would be key. Want to see if price wants to trade out of the fair value gap. That's going to be quite key. Okay, so it has. I don't like the fact that the bodies of the candles did not respect this CIBI. That for me is leaning towards this trade wanting to seek lower prices. We have the H1 CB here, which is going to be key. Now, I'm looking at. Sorry, just moving out to the hourly a second. I'm looking at YM. There's no fair value gaps above. Now we have this long wick, so this wick potentially could act as a imbalance to see lower prices, but We're in the trade. I suspect this could go lower, but we're in the trade, so let's see. Oh, that's equities open. Oh, goodness. Will this thing stop? Oh my god. This thing is so... annoying. It's not ideal. Equities open. And I do think that this is going to be taken out full. But I'm going to move this thing to break even because we did... What's so annoying is... I'm just going to move it slightly above because this thing is an issue. What's so annoying is if we look at this, we went up to 2. That's relatively partial territory, but we're going to end up with a potential break even, which is massively annoying. And the reason why I think that this is going to end up as a break even because I'm looking at ES and how we practically almost retraced this bullish candle here, and that sort of suggests to me that we could see lower prices. But at the end of the day, there is an element of NQ wanting to reprice higher. So if we just dropped out to the 15, you know, we've got a 15-minute candle here which looks quite bullish, but what we need to see is whether, you know, you know, we've got a order block in here that we've confirmed. We don't want to see price come back into that. So, and then on the 5-minute, we've got this order block here, which we could come back into. But I don't particularly... I'm just going to move this down to a 1-minute. And I know it's going to slow this down, but it's so annoying with the fact that it sort of processes it through. You don't get an opportunity to do anything. And unfortunately, with this, I don't think we're going to get an opportunity to do much. Yeah, this is looking bearish. There we go. There we go. I did think that we would see an element of bearishness. It could still go, but I don't particularly like how price action is moving, and this is typical of days with no news. I mean, look at how we're wicking here. Price could still go in our direction, but look at how we're wicking here. You know, we have SMT at the lows. That could potentially see price move higher, but what we wanted to see was price move away and go, and unfortunately it's not the case. So we're just going to go and edit, take a screenshot. I don't know why that's okay. This ended up as a B trade. Unfortunately, did not see the follow through to push price towards our high time frame targets. Framework of trade meets model. Okay. God, why won't this thing just add a screenshot? Nope, doesn't want it. doesn't want to. Okay. Give me 1 second. Apologies, the little boy's room called. Right, so fortunately that won't let me print off. So let's see. Now the irony is, had I put that to there, that's exactly 2R. Would it have taken me out? Is the question. Would it have? You know. Anyway, we're looking for that. So let's see. We're just gonna go out to a 5 minute. It is massively frustrating. Let's see if it actually gets that follow through to push higher, or does it continue lower? And it continues lower. So right to get out, a deeper purge, which, bear with me, we're gonna have another look, because I mean, this is very difficult to frame a. Let me just get rid of this a second. I mean, we're still in the window where we can still do something. First one was a break even. A bit premature with that before market open and stuff like that. It's never a good time. But the setup was there, so we wanted to take it. I think on another day we get 2R out of that, but you know, it is what it is. Right, so we just drop out to the daily, not the daily, the hourly. So now we've got an interesting purge going on here, and YM clearly not interested in trading lower. Let's just make a quick reference of this here. So now we've got it on both, but let's just pop out to the 4 hour and see what we've got. Oh, that's the low time frame. Low time frame stuff, okay. I still think that will be targeted. Want to see a close above this candle here, and a close above this candle there. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Could continue lower. It's interesting. We've had a close above this one, which have we seen any? No, there's no displacement yet. What I'm going to do is just mark up on ES, that candle, and to be fair we can mark up that candle as well. I'm going to drop down to the 5. Drop this down to 1 minute. And let's just play through a little bit. Want to see displacement on the 5 minute. Okay. This is interesting. We've now seen displacement. I haven't seen an M15 close above the key level, so as far as I'm concerned, it's not a trade yet. Trade idea. Let's keep going. Oh, you gotta be. I give up with FX replay and it's gotta be something I'm doing. Got to be something I'm doing. Let's have a look. Was there an entry for us? It's the new candle. It's the old candle there. To be fair, no entry. There wouldn't have been an entry here. Price hasn't come back to the... So it looks like directionally we're going to be correct. London high was target. Just didn't get the entry. But I do need to figure out a new plan of attack when it comes to FX replay and in and around the entry time frame. In terms of my model, was there an entry? Let's have a look. I don't believe there was. So purge here, which is fine. Traded above, closed above here. M5, I need some form of M5 displacement. So that was invalidated. The candle bodies did not respect this BISI here. Then it went. So when it went on this leg here, we wanted to see an imbalance for us to get involved, but price just went. So that is that, my friends. I wouldn't be chasing the market now. So we took a break even. This was the move that we was looking for. Got in slightly premature over here, which is a shame. We were looking to get involved into this move here. Fortunately, there was no retest, even on the M15, which is what we wanted, of that key price level. Retest of that. Once you've got the confirmation here, yes, we want the 5 minute imbalance in there, but more importantly, we want the retest of the key price level. Did not get that, therefore, unfortunately, not able to engage into the market. It's one of those, you win some, you lose some. But that was us framing a high probability trade, which ultimately materialized in really bad trading conditions, again devoid of any news and all of that sort of good stuff. But we were unlucky, unfortunate, but we continue and we move forward. So I am going to leave that there. Let's just have a look at what ultimately it was. Nothing, wasn't it? It was $61. Oh, So going to leave it there for this one. It was a really good session. We're getting closer to nabbing one. We're getting closer to getting a really good trade. So let's keep learning, keep moving forward, and hopefully you took something away from this one. And I will catch you in the next one.